WWE is back in the Toronto Sky Dome for WrestleMania 18, and this show is best known for the epic encounter between The Rock and Hulk Hogan. Hogan back in the WWE, back in a WWE ring, and in the ring at WrestleMania in the very same building that his epic confrontation with the Ultimate Warrior took place. Now he's back taking on The Rock, and Hogan would go 0 for 2 in Sky Dome as The Rock would beat Hogan in this big match. But man, this is one of the more interesting matches in all of wrestling history, the way The Rock and Hogan built up their issue leading up to the show. Hogan was a very vicious and evil heel trying to murder The Rock a couple of times during the build, but the fans got so caught up in the nostalgia and having Hogan back in the WWE, even for me as someone who wasn't a big Hogan fan, I was really caught up in the surrealness of it, that we were actually watching this happen. And I think the fans just, it just got the better of him, and Hogan was passionately cheered in this match versus The Rock, and The Rock was hearing a lot of boos. And in the end, when The Rock beat Hulk Hogan, Hogan would wind up leaving this match as a babyface, even with Nash and Hall coming down there to turn on him, and then him fighting them off alongside The Rock. Rock and Hogan celebrating on the stage together, and Hogan would then move into the red and yellow and win the WWF Championship back in like a month. Speaking of that championship, it was on the line in the main event. Many fans feel like Rock and Hogan should have main evented this show, and I kind of agree, but at the time, WWE felt like the title needed to main event. Triple H was also recently coming back from an injury. He won the Royal Rumble. He's taking on Chris Jericho, who won the Undisputed title at Vengeance right here in San Diego back in December of the previous year. And of course, everybody knew the outcome in this one. Triple H was going to beat Chris Jericho. He did, and he celebrated with the championships at the end of the show and would then get the brand new Undisputed title that they would use throughout 03 and 04 and 05, and he would wind up dropping that belt the very next month to Hulk Hogan. Stone Cold Steve Austin, of course, famously defeated Scott Hall on this show, and he was not happy about it. As a matter of fact, the next night on Raw, I believe he walked out, and then a couple of months later, he would walk out again and would not return for almost a year. So Stone Cold was not in a good place here in 2002. The Undertaker and Ric Flair was a pretty fun match from what I remember. It was really cool to see Arn Anderson hit that spine buster on The Undertaker. My God, so smooth. In the end, Undertaker, of course, keeps his WrestleMania streak alive, defeating Ric Flair. Other than that, not much else on this show other than Rob Van Dam winning the Intercontinental Championship from William Regal, and Kurt Angle picked up a victory against Kane. But in terms of the rest of the card, not much going on there.